Hi everyone, welcome back once again, and new videos coming up, and yeah, so it's going to be like a mishmash of bombard of multiple stills and motions, and yeah, that's it. I just realized that I can't work and keep coming on here. So first stop being at Japantown at the Peace Pagoda, began taking loads of stills to fully immerse myself with Japantown, if that makes sense. And for some reason, I've always gone with a canvas. I think the maximum size I've ever painted on was like, it's 12 by 12, but sometimes I've done like 8 by 10 joined together with like 10 by 10. So it's been relatively longer, but not necessarily wider and like taller, if that makes sense. So in this case, I went with 30 by 40 canvas, but then for some reason, it just didn't work out. I was only able to mark the base as well as do like a wash. That I too wasn't a fan of either. So I called it quits and went on to grab a bite and took multiple stills, motions, as always, before moving on to the next location at Palace of Fine Art. At Palace of Fine Art, I was able to capture all that I needed, spent a longer time there, as I was able to stay here slightly longer than usual, and as the next location was relatively like at a walkable distance, if that makes sense, to just take it all in and immerse myself into the overall atmosphere. But yeah, that's it. taking a quick break from here. That's what I've got so far. I still need to sort this part, that side, and then grapes for now. I think I need to paint this bit first. You know what's so funny? I've come to realize that I'm going completely against how I was taught. Normally you do all the darker bits and then you transition all the way to the lights. So I decided to focus more on there, which is straight down here. But I think I'm just going to leave it for now. I think I've gotten the overall gist in terms of like water being here, water here, here's the darker bit. Imagine if I was like painting down here, but I ended up changing it like that. Because initially I wasn't quite sure whether it was too stable. But I ended up setting up here. Let's do this. I think I'm just going to head back, plein podcast. I normally listen to quite a few people, and yeah, just to set the scene, and Spotify and Apple and YouTube. But currently now I'm just listening to one on YouTube. But yeah. So here's what I've got. I'm heading to the next location. And yeah, I'll just complete everything when I officially get home. Location number, have no idea. I think this is like, I'll say number 2. I had painted at Palace of Fine Arts. And yeah, that's it really. To see how that works out. It's so fucking hot. So I'm currently thinking of here, let's say, either this corner, this whole idea, this one, this is quite cool, I quite like it. That one is also cool. This other one, I'm not too sure, but I'm thinking of painting kind of down there someday, I don't know. So let's see. I'm trying to set up my easel, but I'm not quite sure for a bit to set it up. Yeah. Also, it's been raining badly in San Francisco, but then it's one of those things whereby do I paint now or choose a later date? And the thing is that, yeah, I just want to get it out of the way, if that makes sense. But yeah, this is what I've got so far. I'm going to place my canvas. I'm not painting that one. I think this is what I'm going to paint. Here, this corner here looks quite sick, and I think it would be quite cool to capture. That one. This area here is way too simple. I'm not too sure. Maybe. But I think I'm liking this one way more. So I brought this thing called, I think normally used in landscape painting. I'm not quite sure of what it's called, but I would say like a view catcher sort of thing. Just to sort of get my composition sorted. Although I've decided I'll be painting on here, which is rectangular, but we'll just see how that works out. I just sort of want to capture everything, get the overall gist, and I think, yeah, that's it. So I just realized it's called a view catcher. It's actually written on here. But yeah, that's it really. Let me see if I could capture the essence of what I'm trying to do. Oh, this is quite cool. Imagine if I just focus on here. But yeah. This is quite cool. I've never used this before, so I'm still trying to sort things out. But I think most likely I would just capture the whole idea. But I do like how this sort of isolates things. What I capture here is fine. What I can't, I would literally just make it into a square. So here's what I've got so far. My phone is about to die, and yeah, so that's what I've got so far in terms of like getting the overall gist. Right after, I would complete it and show you guys later on. So this is all I was able to complete. But yeah, so when I head back home, I would round it up. So here is literally here, there. But yeah, I ended up doing some sort of mini, I would say it's like 30 minutes, because I'm trying not to waste too much time, but like onto the next thing. I think at the Palace of Fine Art I was there for like an hour, and the whole idea of all this is to sort of see what I could accomplish in a short time frame, and see what I could, because in the end I could easily just fine tune it. I'm trying to do this thing called 22 paintings before 2022 or something, or by 2022, I'm not quite sure, but it's pretty much that. Around. Bye.